Welcome to the last episode of the Cape Town Training Diaries. Yep, the season is over and pretty much everyone has gone home. There are a few left here though, and they have had conditions. In the last week, I've seen the speed guys going up to the lake up in the hills in the Bramfleet, doing speed runs along the beach. So it's been the best speed condition they had for a long time. It's kind of a new spot because they've got no water at the moment. It's made this lovely speed strip. We've had outer com, just absolutely monsters coming through. I haven't got any footage of this because obviously I had the operation on my eye to remove the trigogen or whatever it was called, and I haven't been able to get out and film. But what I do have some epic action I filmed a couple of weeks ago. Balz going massive out the front here in Cape Town, and we got a bit of Adam Sims at Scarborough going late. Obviously we were actually up there doing a spot guide for Windsurfing.TV. So that's what we've got coming up in this episode. Don't go too far away. We're going to kick off with that session outside, well, basically on the front here, in between kind of Doodles and KFC if you've been. It's kind of a spot which you don't usually see many windsurfers at, although this season there does seem to be a few more. It's a spot that picks up a few more waves. It gets a bit junky and it's kind of can be a bit light on the inside, but this day it was cranking. I mean, just check the sand going down the road. I mean, it was blowing. It wasn't always consistent on the inside. I mean, when the guys first went out, it was quite light on the inside, and they had a few hairy moments where it didn't look like they were going to make it, and suddenly they'd pop over the wave. So yeah, it was quite a tricky session. It's got a big dumping shore break. If you timed it right, you could go massive. Oh! If you timed it wrong, you could get a spank down. And we saw a fair few catapults on this day. I think Simsy clocked up about 5. Hey! It could have been more, I can't remember, but he was having a hard time. He had the impact vest on, so, you know, safety first. We also obviously had Balz out there. A Cape Town session isn't complete unless you've got that crazy Swiss bloke. He comes with a helmet included, which is, I would say, it's a must when you put Balz out there. But really good to see. I kind of missed a few guys. Vimar was just coming in, Loic were just coming in when I got there filming. So it's basically this session is going to be Balz and Adam Sims straight off the beach. It was Simsy, and he went out and it looked like he was going to get taken out by one of those waves I was talking about. Oh, Simsy! But manages to sneak in his sort of trademark arched out sort of backy. A little bit wet, but you know what I mean? He's got a cool style on those backies, and he did a few in that session. Usually a little bit late, but he was getting some nice ones, especially all that hair of his like flowing in the wind. It's kind of got a cool style to it. Didn't get quite his own way with the back loops, but he definitely had a few moments. Simsy! Oh! Balz on the other hand, wow, this guy, he doesn't ever go out without sending it, and this was no different. He was just out there, and you've got to say there was only one rocket man in this session, and it was him. Yeah, so rocket man for this session, Balz, just check out these rockets. Yes! Yeah, man, he was going huge. We had a bit of a crowd on the beach all watching, and he was just sending it. I think he said he was going to send it to the moon or something. But when you're going that big, it can all go a little bit wrong, and the best thing to do is to get rid of the gear, get it away from you. You don't want to land anywhere near that. Oh, here we go. Oh, maybe. Oh, no. Yeah, some beauty bails there. That backy from Ballsy where he's at the top and he knows he's gone wrong. He's like, no, I'm out of there. I think he also had like this stall forward where he kind of goes up, and I think he thought about it. Then he thought, maybe not. And then he thought, just chuck it anyway. And the thing accelerates super quick, and he has got to just get off that thing quick, smart. And he definitely did that.
Go on.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the simple jumps Balz Muller was going for. I mean, he started to go for, yes, the push forward, the old combination move. It's been a move that I've learned actually back here in Cape Town, and it is a very painful move. And let's just have a look at a few of the attempts. They didn't all go well, but he's got a really nice technique. A little bit, I think, maybe too far upwind on the push loop, which means he's got to drop too far on the forward to get it round. But I think he's got a superb technique there. If he can just hold back the push loop a bit, he's going to get some nice ones. But a few of them were some super hard landings on the back, and I think they took their toll on Balz Muller. Even Balz Muller coughing up blood this week. So in 2 diaries, you had 2 windsurfers, pro windsurfers coughing up blood. That can't be a good thing, can it? But yeah, he is definitely putting the work in. Had a big old shifty as well. Looked really controlled, thought he nailed it. And then he kind of just almost overcooked it on the landing. Had to go out the front door. But yeah, big backy as well. You know, Balz Muller, freestyler. That's a pretty decent sized back loop from Muller. I did hear he's trying to push himself into the waves. So I think we're going to have to watch this space. But watch this space. You're always going to watch this space if Balz Muller's involved. I mean, he's just got the crazy push loop crashes, multiple spins, got everything else. But that was pretty much it for that session. Like I say, nice, short, real powerful session and really good to watch. I think mostly everyone on the beach, including me, had front row seats, and it was awesome. Pretty much that was the last big session I recorded. I did go around a lot of the spots with Adam Sims. We're doing a spot guide for Cape Town, as I probably mentioned before. So we were out at the point. Andrea Rosati was there. I see him get a nice sort of aerial. So he tweaked his foot, so I hope he's recovered for that. He's back home in Italy now. We also scored a nice session at Scarborough Beach. Adam Sims and Mr. Soltysiak's brother Tommy was out there. So these boys and a couple of the local fellas, even one fella turned up, no straps on his board. I'm like, mate, you forgot your straps. He's like, no. I'm like, I've hurt my ankle. I try not to sail without straps now. And he was going on about his idol being Bart David. I was thinking, that's pretty cool. We didn't stay around long enough to film him sailing, but that would have been an interesting one. But as always, Scarborough always delivers some goodies on the inside, especially when you're filming. And I was there with an old couple who were sightseeing from Scandinavia, like Denmark and Sweden. And he kind of warmed up, and I kind of told him, look, this is going to be interesting. Stick around, don't go anywhere. So we had another front row seats watching these boys. Well, Adam Sims and Tom get deep down and dirty with the Scarborough beach break. Yeah, there's some nasty beach break. There's some nasty ones coming in on the inside, like some of them barreling, and you're almost going towards the lip and it's coming at you. So if you mistime it, it can go pretty nasty. Simsy actually went for a back loop off the lip. I kind of missed it. I was changing the battery. But he did get a couple of nice airs. He got a couple of ones out the back as well, and I think he didn't quite want to push it inside. Mr. Soltysiak as well got a few, just a little skidder and one sort of nice turn, then one sort of aerial onto the front. But like I said, Scarborough is always good visuals. One of the local boys as well, getting a couple of nice turns and even managing the goiter. At one point, actually, the swell come through and it looked like the point was going to break, but it just wasn't having it. You know, it was just crumbling down and breaking on the kelp, so it wasn't quite enough. But that's pretty much it, I have to say. That's wrapping up Cape Town. I mean, there is stuff going on now. It's a quieter time of season. We see more northwest coming through, but we see bigger swell. There is a few guys still around, but with this eye, as you can see, old bloody whatever, I can't even shut one eye. With the eye and with the foot, it's pretty tricky to film. So that will be it. That is the last episode. Thanks a lot for supporting the Cape Town Diaries. All the guys that have chipped in the beer money. Perfect. I'm going to be saving them to when I'm back on the water and celebrating. And thanks for all the sort of get well soon messages and stuff. The next time you see me will be in Korea. Next month probably. The PWA slalom kicks off. I'm going to try and do a preview show for that, which I'm going to record in the next few days. It has been on hold. I was meant to have done it by now, but because of the eye, things have been sort of slowed down a bit. Also a massive thanks to Kennings for supplying, helping me out actually with the Bucky. They do some of the best deals in Cape Town for the newer Backies and Buckies and vans. They've got everything. So, and they do a deal for windsurfers, so make sure you tell them you're windsurfers, or tell them you saw it on Windsurfing.TV, and they'll quote you happy, or whatever they say. And also obviously Bay Sports and Bay Graphics, West Coast Surf and Sport I should say. The boys there have been looking after me. I've been staying in their house, and they've been an absolute pleasure. Waggy and like the crew and Mitch, always a pleasure to stay with. So there you go, that's it. Cape Town Training Diaries is out for this year. Who knows, we might be back next year. Watch this space. Cheers. King Wall. Get some action.
Good job.